Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today to discuss how to establish a mentor internationally. Thank you, Society for International Development, for this opportunity. And I'm sure that you have watched so many of the other videos and hopefully you got some insights. One of the things I learned about having a mentor and being a mentor is that you have to first ask. So one of the things that sometimes people are afraid of doing is just asking. So establishing a mentor can be really simple. So I'm going to share with you a few insights about the best practices. I'm going to say that you have to do them this way, but it's one of the ways you could think about of how to establish or have a mentor for your journey. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is you might want to think about mentorship in different ways. And of course, there are some formal programs that I've been part of, whether launching them or being part of them, that people have a formal mentorship program that has an end date and has a start date. But it does not have to be that way for you, right? So number one, you could set the parameters of what a mentorship means to you. It could be a one-time off. It could be about a specific project or specific pathway. It could be about anything else. From my experience, mentorship is really all about sharing information. I usually use the term shedding a light on someone's pathway so you could learn from it. So it doesn't mean that you should follow my pathway, but if you might want to be interested in learning the pathway that I took, it might give you insights. You might hear something that might inspire you. You might hear something that could give you additional information for you. I always tell people mentorship is looking at the past and reflecting on it. And it's not necessarily the future, but if you learn from the past, it could potentially determine your future. So the first thing you want to do, you decide what mentorship means to you. Do you plan to have a meeting once in a while? Do you plan to just call if you need something? Do you plan to maybe meet every other week? Do you plan to meet, once a month? Do you plan to have a quick call? Do you plan to just call if you need something quick? Do you plan to have a call for an hour once a quarter for the next 2 years, right? You decide. The second thing you might want to think about when you're thinking about mentorship is defining some of your goals or some of the things that you would like to accomplish. So maybe this person that you're inspiring or wanting to learn from, you might want to think about, maybe I would like to learn their journey of how they got this job, or their journey of how they started this business, or their journey of how they moved from one country to another. And again, not necessarily that you'll follow it step by step, but it might inspire you or shed a light on an idea that could potentially allow you to do something similar or maybe something different. In addition, sometimes mentors, by sharing that information, they could potentially connect you to the people that helped them get there. It could be a door opener for you. So number one, you define what mentorship means to you. And then number two, have some goals of what you want to accomplish from this mentorship. And then number three, I would say start networking to find that mentor. Sometimes mentors are there for a reason, meaning it's a relationship that will start for the next few weeks and mentoring you, but then after a while, it's over because the information sharing and the knowledge that you're able to gain, not necessarily that you can gain more, but the energy between you guys maybe have ended, or it needs to be revamped, or it needs to be something else for a minute before it comes back. So you want to think about that as you go. So start networking to see who could potentially be your mentor. And of course, the last thing to do is ask, because if you don't ask the person to be a mentor, then they wouldn't know that you want to be a mentor. And that would be my 4 initial ideas of what you would think to do for finding that mentor. So the first step is you define what mentorship means to you. Second, define some of your goals that you might want to think about to reach, whether they want to learn about their journey or anything else. Third, start networking. And the fourth, ask. Now we'll end it with something you want to think about. Always thank them for their time. Always thank them for their insights. And remember, you don't have to follow it, right? Just because I shared with you my insights, it does not mean that you have to follow it. It's just one pathway for you to think about. The other thing that mentors, my experience have been, is that they love to hear back from people who they mentored or they were part of the journey as they continue to grow. And that's a simple follow-up email, simple follow-up text, a call, simple follow-up coffee, simple follow-up Zoom, whatever you think it is, it could potentially be a way for you to be thankful or showing the appreciations of the insights that you gained, whether you used it or not. they provided you with their time or their insights at the time. I hope that you find these insights insightful for you, and I hope you could establish a mentor to support your journey on this different stage you may go through life. Thank you for being with us. Until the next time, thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey.